Zilberberg, gubernatorial candidate for the state of Nevada. I am so honored to tell you that as far as on the Forbes magazine, and we're on this issue here, and it's just such an honor to be on the Forbes magazine. You know, it's a matter of accomplishment, a matter of achievement, and a matter of there's no games, and that's the type of person I am. So, thank you, Forbes. Furthermore, I'd like to thank Renee Molino, which I had a discussion with in Who's and Who, and I always mentioned to her that I will, at any position I will be, whether governor or president of the United States, I will always invite you to my functions, because we had a great interview together, and she understood me, I understood her, we understood each other, and she was so great in inviting me and understanding as to, you know, who I am and what my visions are. And furthermore, I'd like to thank my wife, Apollonia Pina. She will be, we already are married as far as I'm concerned, but furthermore, we'll have a nice ceremony, so it'd be very memorable, and it'll be, out of this world. Fireworks. So that's what I'd like to do. But furthermore, I'd like to commemorate her for her support and her visions towards my interpretations as to what I like to do, and we coincided together on the same page. She is with me, I'm with her, and just a power couple. That's what it is. I've been very fortunate to meet her, and I happened to meet her here in our beautiful state and at Las Vegas, Nevada. So thank you. And then furthermore, I'd like to thank my children. I have 3 beautiful children, and I have 2 grandchildren. I'd like to thank them as well. Because of you, I've been driven, and I always am driven with my work ethic and everything that goes along and correlates with that. So I thank you as well for your support. I'd just like to reiterate as to maybe if I'd open up the page on the magazine. And I'd just like to read a little bit about what they have here written on my behalf as top executives. Barak Zilberberg, real estate investor, Zilberberg International. And by the way, you could go ahead and look me up on my website, www.barakzilberberg.com, BarakZilberberg.com. Las Vegas, Nevada. So let me just read this off to you, so you know as to what Forbes is inscribed in their beautiful magazine. For over 30 years, Mr. Zilberberg has leveraged his open-mindedness, selfness, and compassionate personality to help individuals find happiness. As a real estate investor at Zilberberg International, a company that manages all aspects of real estate ventures, he works with all races, religions, colors, origins, nationalities, genders, and sexual orientations. A visionary and an advocate of social equity, he endeavors to foster peaceful environments through which others can flourish. As far as, let me see, in 2022, he is running for governor of Nevada, during which he will focus his platform on advancing the interests of Nevadans. It's all about the people, Nevadans. Specifically, he intends to aid in research and development of healthcare regarding pediatric cancer, improve Nevada's educational system, and teach people about the fundamentals to finance or of finance to attain fiscal independence. Very important. To this end, the Zilberberg Foundation, which he founded in 2021, focuses on helping the homeless by providing education to help liberate them from their present circumstances and strive to pursue better lives. Additionally, the foundation gives children with disabilities hope and strength that will propel them to recovery. There's a lot of children, that they have cancer and cancer diseases, and we need to inspire them to get out of those diseases. And furthermore, we need to find cures for cancer, and that's what I'd like to do. I would like to be the first state to have cures for cancer and do research and development. That'd be my honor. So anybody who wants to cure themselves from any cancer diseases, welcome to Nevada. Thank you. At any rate, what I'd like to do in essence to that is, to this end, Mr. Zilberberg learned the intricacies of his profession at a young age. When he was 10 years old, his father woke him up every Sunday to work on properties. While it was initially a challenge, he was able to complete his duties, learn to make repairs, and build his underpinning of a strong work ethic, something he has carried with him throughout his life. In preparation for his real estate career, Mr. Zilberberg was the owner of a successful plumbing company, which he honed his skills as a tradesman and cemented his principles in forward-thinking candor and leadership. He eventually began investing in real estate. A gifted salesman, manager and consultant in construction, and a mentor to real estate professionals, Mr. Zilberberg is proud. I am proud to be a self-made multimillionaire. Despite of all the professional accomplishments, however, he considers the highlight of his life to be his 3 children, 2 grandchildren, and my wife, Apollonia. He enjoys imparting on his children his beliefs, teaching, and outlook that all individuals have value and deserve happiness. Mr. Zilberberg is passionate about contributing positively to society. In running for governor of Nevada in 2022, he aims to improve upon the education of children with an emphasis on nutritional and fitness to prolong life expectancy, as well as advise children and adults on the significance of financial autonomy, learning how to manage assets and how to properly invest. That's very important. Ultimately, he intends to set an example to the nation regarding how higher education intertwines all aspects of society. By focusing on his efforts on the improvement of childhood education, Mr. Zilberberg endeavors to do what is in the best interest of the nation's citizens, all while remaining true to my cores and values. In this sentiment, he also seeks to integrate the homeless population into modern society by providing them with fulfilling jobs that will serve as a foundation for their future success. So that is over at this page here in the Forbes magazine. As you could see, ladies and gentlemen, it is in the newsstands over in the corners and the newsstands in Nevada. So just head on down around the corner and get yourself an issue of the Forbes magazine with me and my page as far as articulated on there. Now, tomorrow is Veterans Day. I just like to commemorate all of the men and the women and people in the military who had served and fallen for our constitutional rights, for our existence. I'd like to commemorate you. This is like ahead of time. Tomorrow's the day. And as of now, I'd like to commemorate you, and I always commemorate you, even besides the fact that it is Veterans Day, or it's irrelevant. We always shall commemorate you, and we always should remember, your sacrifices and what you've done for our beautiful nation. And because of you, again, because of you, we're in existence. And I will thank you and continue thanking you, and also the first responders and all those protecting us out there. Thank you so very much. Furthermore, I'd like to talk a little bit about the inflation as to what's going on. Excuse me, folks, I'm just taking a sip. But the inflation has gone through the roof. Our current president, we have as far as debt ceiling soon, so he won't be able to loan any money. It's just to have gotten to a point where it's out of control, the inflation. Rents have gone up. Not only rents have gone up, as far as our gas prices have gone up. Let's talk about the gas prices. Why did he shut down the pipeline? Not only he furloughed all these people from the pipeline, but furthermore, he, as far as cut our self-sufficiency in our oil, in our gasoline. So I don't understand what were the functions of doing such a thing. So here we are, we're paying, enormous amounts of money for our as far as gasoline, because we have to import our gasoline from other countries. And we don't have the ability to be self-sufficient. Let me talk to you about being self-sufficient. Now, not only I am self-sufficient as a human being, but I believe not only us as human beings need to be self-sufficient, as far as the state and the country, everybody within our nation, we should all be self-sufficient. We should have our own industries here, our own manufacturing. We should bring back the jobs here to the U.S., to our beautiful nation. I tell you right now, China is not affordable or cheap anymore. Guess what? Their labor is gone higher. And not only that, now a container, if you think of it, was $3,000 bringing it from, overseas. But now we're facing a $20,000 as far as container shipment. So what are we saving? We're really not saving anything. Basically, and also we're reliant on other countries in the world, and China in particularly. So I believe Donald Trump, or Mr. President Donald Trump, he was right. He was right on the facts that we need to be self-sufficient as a nation. I agree wholeheartedly with him. And furthermore, as far as China has superseded us within the world, and they contradict as to what we can get, what we can get, and you could see in the shipping ports, I mean, they're all standing in line with the cargo. So, is that what you want to see in the future, folks? Is that what you want to be reliant on other countries? You want to be reliant on others, or you want to be reliant on yourself? I believe we should be reliant on ourselves. Now, as governor of Nevada, I will be self-sufficient as a state, and hopefully the rest of the nation it'll trickle effect. And from there, they'll take positions of mine, and hopefully we will correlate with each other and come together and be self-sufficient as a nation. We have all the minerals. We have everything in our beautiful country. I've been through the 50 states, 50 states of our beautiful nation, and I've, traveled road trip and in flights, but more importantly, I've traveled 3 times across our beautiful nation, and I've been in many cities, many states. And I love our nation, and we do have everything here. So we don't have to be reliant on any other nation and be self-sufficient in the state, and not only as a state, as a nation. Bring our jobs and our industries back, and we're not reliant on anybody. And that's what I like to do here in Nevada. And again, hopefully it'll trickle effect over to the rest of the nation. So that's my stance on what's happening with importing shipments and being reliant on other countries and nations. We're going to be more advanced than any other nation because we have the diversity, we have the talents. We have the ethnicities, and we're going to come together, and we're going to be we are already like no other nation in the world. We are so blessed, but furthermore, we're going to even be better. I'd like to talk to you about the immigration. This is something that I'd like to point out. We have a problem over there is material over at the borders, okay, and it's just sitting there, and it's sitting still, ready to be assembled. My belief is we have to finish the border wall, okay. Basically, there's no need and there's no use for sitting material on the side there, which cost us, enormous amount of money as far as our taxpayer dollars. And it's sitting there on the side. We must erect those as far as materials and put them into use. And furthermore, we must, as far as protect our borders. You have to understand, and it has nothing to do with, we don't want you, or no, our nation is, as far as in the basis of immigrants. However, you must come here legally. You cannot come here illegally. In other words, you can't jump off a fence, or you can't just, do whatever you want, in order to cross the border and come to our blessed nation. It's for everybody. However, you must come legally. Now, I have a immigration program and a stance as to how I would handle the immigration. I believe we must, as Americans, vet the people that want to come over to our beautiful nation. So vetting is very important. We have to understand that these people, they don't have any criminal history. They're not rapists. They're not murderers. They don't steal. They don't drug deal. They don't do stuff that harms our American society here in the United States of America. So, given the fact that we go ahead and, as far as vet the people that want to come here abroad, legally, I'm talking about, and they're good people. We vet them, they're good people, they're people that can attribute and contribute to our societies, then yeah, why not? Let's let them in, But those who are rapists and again, murderers and do unrighteous things, they're not invited to our nation. They don't deserve to be here, because we don't have any more money or as far as energy and might to fight the evil. We want angels here in our country. That's what it's all about. People that are righteous, they're good people, and they're to attribute, and contribute to our taxpayer dollars and to our society. So what I'm saying is, okay, we vetted them, they're great people. We would give them a provisionary work permit, okay, for 3 years. So this way, you vetted the immigrants and the people that want to seek as far as residency here in the United States. And also you identify them as voters. They're not voters because they are actual, as far as illegal aliens. However, you give them a provisionary permit to work. So you identify everybody, okay? So you give them a provisionary permit to work for 3 years. They prove themselves. They pay tax dollars to our American system. They're righteous people. They don't have criminal records, misdemeanors, felonies, what have you. Just very, very honorable people. Then what you do, then what I would do is put them on a permanent status of residency. So they have their card, okay? So they have a permanent resident status. Furthermore, they have 3 more years. They prove themselves. They contribute. Again, what I've reiterated, in the first stage, there's the second stage. They do the same functions. And then furthermore, the third, as far as phase, is their citizenship. So they become citizens, on the 7th year. So they've contributed over to our tax system. They've done really well for our economy. They've created growth, and not only growth, they actually contributed to society. So they're righteous people. They're good people. And please keep in mind, we are all immigrants. I mean, some of us, as far as I know, I was born here in the United States of America, and others were born here as well. But if we, as far as trace back, we trace back to our ancestry and where they came or where they're from, I'm sure, all of us are from different spheres and parts and continents of the world. So therefore, what I'm saying is that we're a melting pot here in the United States, and I'll keep reiterating that, that we all are a melting pot, and we are diverse ethnicities, within our beautiful nation. And that's the beauty of us, because we have many talents to contribute and attribute to our society. We're very talented, and and think of it, everybody. The world doesn't want us to be united. They love this division, because imagine if we are as far as united as a nation and not divided, how the strength of us and the vision and the intelligence and everything that is the cores of this beautiful country, because we all are a melting pot, what we can attribute and what we can do. So the world likes the disruption. World likes the fact that we are divided and not united, and that's something that I'm going to work on here in Nevada. We're going to be united and not divided. My slogan is very simple: keep Nevada strong, united, and the real America. So we're going to be the real America here. You know, we're going to be united, and we will be with all ethnicities and races. We will be a United States here in Nevada, and we'll be very strong because we'll be self-sufficient as a state. And yeah, I mean that's my stance: is united, strong, and we will be the real America. Real America is defined into what our ancestors and all of our ancestors who made the sacrifice to come abroad here to the United States of America and for the American dream. It's all about the American dream. You know, you can dream it, you can live it here in this beautiful nation, the United States of America. I love this country. This country is the best country in the world. And why I've come out and why I am attributing and why I want to make a difference and why I'm coming out and why I'm fighting and running. Not running. I believe it's not running. I believe it's sprinting. You know, it's like, it's literally sprinting. It's not running. And I feel as though I'm already the governor of Nevada because I already think and I dream and I know as to what I want to do and how I want to do things. And I am a strategist. So I just want to create goodness and spread so much things here in Nevada. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I am going to do. But furthermore, let's not depart from the subject. I'd like to also be the cryptocurrency capital in the United States. I believe we should be the capital of cryptocurrency. And not only that, hopefully I could interpret NFT as far as NFT to all Nevada residents. You have to be a resident to have an NFT coin, and I'm thinking I would call it the Nevada coin. You know, so we all will have NFT, and then we'll have our own coin here in Nevada. So I'd like to attribute that as well. And, you know, we've been having a lot of accidents and fatalities here in our beautiful state of Nevada. And I'd like to talk to you about that as well. I guess there was a Raiders player and he decided to get drunk. And then he went into a vehicle and he was driving 143 miles an hour, you know. So you want to tell me that this individual didn't know the circumstances of getting drunk and furthermore going into a vehicle, which is a weapon, okay, and then driving 143 miles an hour. And after the fact, he as far as there was fatalities, he wiped out lives. And you know, my belief here is the DMV stances. We need a lot of change. First off, here in the DMV, what I've noticed is anybody can go ahead and drive recklessly or, you know, speed or violations or what have you. And there's no accountability for that, you know. So what happens is you pay a ticket and a fine, and then therefore you're excused from your wrongdoings, right? So you've done something wrong, and there's no circumstances. In other words, so what I would like to do as governor of Nevada is our insurance rates are very high. Fatalities are at the highest. Yeah, again, highest for the year of 2021. Where is our current governor? What is he doing? I don't understand what kind of governor we have. We have to recall this guy. This guy has to go. He's useless. I tell you right now. I feel as though I'm running the country, or not the country, I should say the state, because I'm always thinking of positions and how to enhance. I haven't heard him once come out and relay to the people and explain as to his transparency and what he wants to do and how he wants to do things. He's always hiding in his little cocoon, you know. Well, we don't need a governor like that. We need someone that is going to fight for us, and someone that is going to come out and be the voice for all the people. You know, we are the people. We in other words, we are public servants. I'm a public servant. I don't know what he is. He's maybe a puppet on strings, or you know, somebody's shoving money in his pockets. You know, all these corrupt politicians need to go. Just doesn't work. You know, corruption and all these political figures and what have you just simply doesn't work. You know, a lot of these people that are running with me in the candidacy, I mean, they just don't have what I have, and they will never have what I have. These are people that were influential in their positions in the past, and they have not done anything, including our sheriff that's running. He hasn't done anything, you know. We have so many problems within his departments, and not only within his departments, with accidents. And I mean, nobody's been working on anything. You know, all they want to do is they want to hear what I have to say. So maybe they could position themselves a little bit differently. So, you know, you're welcome to hear what I have to say. I have no problem. I will talk and talk and talk. And I'll share my ideologies and views. And my ideologies and views, they work. And yours haven't, obviously. And yours you haven't done anything. All of you. You should be ashamed of yourself with your positions and the as far as positions in office. I mean, I don't know. I don't believe you're for the people. I believe you're for yourself, you know, for your corrupt pockets, and for you corrupt people, you know. And that's not what we need. We need someone that is a visionary entrepreneur and understands numbers, accountability, and someone in a reality check, you know, and puts things into perspective. Understand our job as far as public servants is to interpret the laws that our government and our articles of our constitutional rights have interpreted in our blessed country. That's what we have to do, and we have to uphold that, you know, to the highest levels, and give the people the freedom of choosing how they want to live and the way they want to live, you know, and not, you know, backing them to a wall and choking them, you know, in a corner of a wall and say, hey, you need to mask, and you need to vaccinate, and you need to do all this stuff, you know. I mean, look what's happening as far as immigrants are coming in, jumping off not even walls, the borders are open, you know. Our current president's just letting everybody go in, you know. And he's okay with it, and it's really not okay to invite people that are illegals and don't belong in our country and just let them in just like that. and then us taxpayers have to, pay the bill for his decisions. I don't believe it's fair. So that's why I said we should build the border wall, continue on, so we could alleviate that problem. Again, everybody should come in legally, not illegally. So he approves for all of these illegals to come in, but yet, he's telling us that we need to vaccinate and we need to mask up. And then furthermore, he wants us US citizens to have passport vaccinations. Passport vaccinations. I just don't understand. So you're asking us as American citizens to have passport vaccinations, but yet, you're okay for people to come and enter our country, illegally, okay? And you're saying that's okay, but we as citizens have to show our passport vaccinations to enter into a facility or a restaurant or anywhere we'd like to go, out of our livelihood and our freedom that we have. Folks, we all need to wake up here. There's a lot of waking up. And, I've been in the private sector. I've been very, very successful, but, the positions that I've seen and how things are implemented in our country. And that's why I'm fighting and I'm running. And, this is uncalled for. I'm sorry to tell you. So you're discriminating us as American people, right, as American citizens and entering the functions we need. But you are not discriminating basically illegals coming across our borders. So you're okay with that? Is that what you're saying? Is that the whole thing here? Please, people, wake up, please. Now, I want to also tell you, we are Republicans. Okay, I'm a Republican. I'm a purebred Republican. Okay, now if you take the RE from the beginning and the AN, what does it spell? It spells in between public. So Republicans are for the public service. We are servants of the public. Okay, what are Democrats? Now, Democrats, there's democracy, right? Democracy is our freedom of rights, all of that. Now, Democrats, demo means you demolish, you just wreck. You don't position any well for our society. You mean you're demoing. Here we are, Republicans. We're for the public, and you guys demo. And then crats like wrecking. Just letting everything go. Just letting it go downhill. So I don't know, it really doesn't make sense. I think we all are people, we're all Americans together. We must unite and come together, but please, let's look at the logistics of things. Let's look at the accountability. Let's look at the functions of everything. Let's study. Let's not go out of emotions. Let's not do things out of emotions. Let's study facts. And Republicans, we study. We make sure that everything is in place. As far as make sure everything's in place. I make sure there's accountability, there's management, there's as far as functions as to where our money is going to, as us taxpayers, and putting it the best use. Not only putting in the best use, but stretching our dollar. Now we're unstretching our dollar. That's why inflation is so high. It's out of control. Everything is out of control. Inflation is through the roof. And I tell you right now, the Democrats will not solve this problem. They just won't. They just know how to spend and, just blow it away, And by blowing it away doesn't help. It doesn't bring anything into reason, And look what's happening, So you've been 9 months in office, Mr. Biden, and up to now, it's been horrendous, and I just wish you well along the whole way, unless you get impeached eventually. I just wish you a lot of strength and courage, but I think you are basically a puppet on strings. You're on somebody's legacy or somebody else's agenda. And I don't see you talking from your heart, as a leader. And you're not voicing yourself. You don't have your own positions. So I don't know what's going to happen with this country. I really am optimistic as to where we're going with you. It's just very sad, You're giving our industries back. You're just throwing them overseas, and we're weakened as a nation. And you know what? I don't blame the Chinese as far as basically Chinese Americans, all Americans. We are all equal here in the United States of America. And just to let you know, as far as whatever ethnicity you are, I don't blame even the Chinese people over in China. I think they're remarkable people. They're very smart. They're intelligent. I think they're great people. But I believe it's the government. So why are we to blame as far as the people of China when it's actually a regime, a communist regime in China? And I don't understand why us Americans, we work out there. I just don't understand. And why we're detracting from our beautiful nation. You have to understand we have people that have made their money here in the United States of America, a blessed country. And then what they're doing is they're forwarding all of their money and transitioning over to a communist nation, China. I just don't understand that ideology, because China didn't make you who you are, as far as the United States made you who you are. Because of the United States of America, you have achieved the greatness and the financial, as far as achievements that you've achieved here in the United States, and then you back out and you say, okay, I'm done with the United States and I'm over in China now, and with the communistic, as far as stances that regime has. I just don't understand the ideologies. So we need to bring that all back to the United States. Trump was right. Trump was right, and I'll keep addressing that. Trump was right. I also commemorate Mr. Ronald, our president, our sir, Mr. Ronald Reagan. As far as I'm concerned, Ronald Reagan was inspiration. He was very honorary, very well as far as spoken. He was a very cordial and a sincere man with a lot of passion, and that's where I've got my aspiration from, Mr. our President, our Sir President Ronald Reagan, and also Mr. Sir Donald Trump. Donald Trump kicked the door. Donald Trump, he also was very, very commemorative of Ronald Reagan, our president, and he kicked the door for us. He actually he opened the door, he kicked the door, and because of him, we have an opening. You know, and he showed a lot of things that no other leader has shown. He's a businessman, he's an entrepreneur such as I, and from my understanding, he's in the real estate industry, he's a builder, and I am the same as well. So we have a lot of common core values, as to what he's done in his personal life or what have you. That's something that he has to live with, as I live with my, as far as personal life as well. And really, I mean, as long as you do your job and you meet your promises, you deliver your promises of what you say, then you've done your job. So that's what I'm concerned. That's what, in the end of the day, that's what matters. It's not if somebody, as far as promises, it comes true. Unlike a lot of these corrupt politicians, where they promise and they say all kinds of stuff to all communities and all races and all nationalities, and guess what? Once they get the vote in, it's forgotten. So they don't even know who you are or what they even said all of a sudden. They're in and that's it. And then they position themselves the way they want. And they have all these lobbyists and all these lawyers, which are the corrupt lobbyists and the corrupt lawyers. And the corruptness within, as far as all of the offices. So they infiltrate money and all kinds of stuff. Now, with me, you can't buy me. If you have money, you don't have money, please, I'm not concerned if you do or you don't. My bottom line is, if it is right, if it's right, I don't need your money and I don't want your money. And if it's wrong, I don't want your money and I don't need your money as well. I don't need money either way. What I want what is right and what will do good for the people, by the people, and with the people. My time is elapsing very shortly. Thank you for coming on to my show, The Power of Patriotism by Barak Zilberberg. Please, if you'd like to learn more about me, I invite you over to my website at www.barakzilberberg.com. That's barakzilberberg.com. That's BarakZilberberg.com. Please go on to my platform. And there is a button for an investment. So all of you out there, if you like my stances, my positions, if you want a new Nevada, a Nevada that functions, and Nevada that has a bright future ahead of itself, my suggestion is invest into my campaign. So I could do the things and the wonders that is needed in our beautiful state. We also have a volunteer button. So any of you like to attribute to voluntary stances, like what I was thinking is maybe you could door knock on my behalf and give them my information. And furthermore, if they like my stances, my policies, and they want to support me, we could put as far as a sign in front of their home, and have yard signs at the same time. So yeah, we need volunteers, and we need volunteers also to go in all counties and all the rules of Nevada and into Washoe, whereas I can't be like others to go out and be in my presence, and like very, very fine representatives, that would represent me, very, very well articulated, well said, well dressed, to represent me. That would be my honor. So we're looking for those volunteers as well. And furthermore, there is a register to vote button, a tab. So if you believe in me as a gubernatorial, as far as sitting governor, and you like what I have to say, and you like my stances, you like my beliefs and my core values, please, by all means, register to vote Republican. Okay, because I'm on the Republican side. So I believe everybody should vote for their candidate, regardless of what party they're from. It could be any party. But if you believe in me, if you believe as to my stances and what I'm going to do, I will donate. I'm going to donate my gubernatorial salary to our educational system. I don't want my salary. I just want to do it on a voluntary and on a heart and my soul basis. So if you believe in me, folks, you believe in me, my suggestion is come over to the Republican Party, register to vote as a Republican. Now, if you're a libertarian or you're a Democrat or you may be independent or what have you, you can always, once you vote for me as your governor in the primaries, okay, which will happen in June, my name will be on the ballot on February or March with the Secretary of State. So given and said all of that, come over to the Republican Party, vote for me, and then if you want to move back to your party, wherever you were from, then move back to your party, you know. And also, I'm telling you right now in this election, if I see that it's rigged or something is not correct or inaccuracies, I'm not going to concede, not only in the primaries, I will not concede in the general election as well. I got to make sure that the election is integral and there's accountability. And like I said, I would like to have everybody that votes with an ID, a governmental ID. I like a passport. Personally, mail-in ballots have to be gone and out the window. There's no room for mail-in ballots. And if this election will go in the mail-in ballots, I know the Democrats are strategizing. And I know they're trying to, as far as supersede us Republicans. They've done it twice in 2 elections, but I promise you right now, my fellow, you're not my fellow, you're my opponent, you're my competitor, not only you're not even a competition. You guys are demons on the other side. You know, you perpetuate the elections and the freedom of our as far as right to vote, you know. You guys perpetuate all of what's going on, you know, within the masks and the vaccinations and all that. So you guys are the demons. We are not. And I tell you right now, already our current governor in Nevada, he already signed in the mail-in ballots. But if I feel as though that it's not right, things are not in the right way, I am not going to concede. I believe we all should have US, like I said, we should all have US passports. Just like you're going in immigration, you go ahead, you scan your passport, you pick your affiliate of party and who you want to vote for, and out comes as far as a scanned ticket, just like a lottery ticket. And there you could go ahead and scan the barcode, and not only that, it's a certified ticket of vote. So you know who your candidate is, what party you voted for, and furthermore, it is authentic. It's an authentic item, so it's traceable. And that's the only way we will create election integrity. That's the only way. Otherwise, What's going on now doesn't work. It just simply doesn't work. So, given and said all of that, uh, that's my position in the election integrity. Furthermore, I'd like to discuss with you. I was last week over in Washington, and it was a very, very interesting trip. I was over with my wife and my son. He's 18 years old, and we really had a very nice educational trip. We actually met up with the Oman embassy, and we met up with the Iraqi embassy. We had a remarkable time, and our notion and what we'd like to do is create peace in the Middle East. Last night I was over in a synagogue over at Young Israel, and it's over in Sahara Avenue. Rabbi Moshe invited me. By the way, in Washington, I'd like to thank Saeed Villani for inviting me there. And also, I'd like to thank Sahlim, which is a very good friend of mine. And furthermore, there was an amazing driver that he drove us around, and just like to thank him as well, And I'll be talking to you tomorrow as well. There's some things I like to talk about. But at any rate, the trip was remarkable. It was very functional, and every minute and split second was very useful. And with our meetings, we will make peace in the Middle East, no question, and hopefully in the world, a trickle effect to the world, because we live in this beautiful world here, and we must preserve it. We come here and we go, we come the same way and we go the same way. And what's the difference is what we do in between our lifespan here on earth. So I believe I have a mission, and I would just like to do great. I am very communicative with our Lord up there, and he communicates with me, gives me the ambition, the strength, and that's what I'm going to do. I'll make sure I come through for the people with his strength, his wisdom, and giving me the health and the visions. I will make Nevada the #1 state in the United States. Undisputed. I just need to be in office. I'm already making things happen. I feel as though I'm a governor, but furthermore, once I am a sitting governor with the stroke of a pen, I could do so many things. And with working with legislative and all kinds of initiatives, I can make Nevada #1. May God bless you. Thank you for tuning in to GCD Network and my show, Barak Zilberberg, The Power of Patriotism. Thank you so very much. And you have a nice, beautiful evening.